Go.
Am I going to see anybody?
No, this is the webinar format, so.
Okay.
hmm
So can everybody hear me now?
hmm
Okay. Hi, team. This is Cheryl, and I'm here with James. Well, actually, he's in his house, and I'm in mine. And James Ketchum is one of the founding members for Edge Theory, and he is going to teach us tonight about how to use social media so that we can reach out to people that we do not know. So he has been partnering with Juice Plus for the last 3 years, so I think he has some really good information. I've been looking at his tutorials, and I think it will benefit all of us. So James, with that.
All right. I will take it away. So thank you all for having me. We're going to be hopping back and forth between slide deck. I've got a few slides of information, and then I'm going to be showing you all some things live. Cheryl, kind of what's our target time frame here? I forgot to ask.
Hey, everybody knows that whenever they have to get off, they can get off.
Okay.
Okay. So you just do what you need to do. And then now when you do get off, that will end all of us talking to each other. Well, I won't be talking to anybody, but if I want to continue with them, I'd have to do it on a Zoom, set up another Zoom.
Correct.
Correct? Okay.
And I'm going to record this, and we'll put it on YouTube, and Cheryl, I'll send you the link so you can put it on your team page, and you all can have it, and those who missed can catch it later. But as Cheryl said, my name is James Ketchum. I'm the head of the Soundboard team at Edge Theory. We are based in Mississippi, so we're just a couple of hours south of the home office in Memphis. So we've been up there multiple times for meetings. We work with primarily Janet Black and Meredith Martin on this project and have been for going on 3 years. The version that you're going to see tonight, we launched it at the St. Louis Fall Conference about 15 months ago. And then if you were in Indianapolis, you might have seen our booth. We had a big booth there alongside Dr. Vardabedian and Stephen and Lizette. So we are proud to call ourselves an official Juice Plus partner. So, you know, what we provide is the social media soundboard. So we're going to talk a little bit about the soundboard tonight, but also we're going to talk to you about just some best practices for social media, some prospecting ideas, and as we said at the beginning, this is a webinar format Zoom, so we can't see or hear you, but if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat or the Q&A field, and I will take those as they come. So I want to start tonight by talking about the two biggies in social media. Of course, Facebook and Twitter. Now, there's some other big ones out there. Of course, Instagram has been on the rise dramatically over the past couple of years, especially with younger people. And LinkedIn, I think, is a valuable place to be as well. But Facebook and Twitter are still the dominant two. And they're very different animals, and they serve two very different purposes. And so to get a big picture of, you know, why you want to have a presence on both, I know a lot of people say, hey, well, I've got a Facebook, so I don't really need Twitter. But as I say, they serve two very different audiences and two very different tactics. And so when you think about Facebook, you know, that's probably the one everybody's the most familiar with. And we're all very good at consuming content on Facebook. And Facebook knows that, and Facebook's gotten very good at just keeping us scrolling and scrolling and keeping us on the platform. And you can watch videos on the platform, and you can talk to people on the platform, and you can buy stuff on the platform without ever leaving their ecosphere. They want that. That's purposeful. But with Facebook, when it comes to your relationships on Facebook, most of us don't accept random friend requests from just any old face that pops up asking us for, you know, to be our Facebook friend. We've really tried to keep those a little bit more cultivated. So think of Facebook as the family backyard barbecue where friends and family are there, and maybe a friend is there, but strangers don't walk in off the street to sit down at your backyard barbecue and feel comfortable. So that's mostly the way we think about Facebook. That's the place where we share, you know, what's going on in our lives. We share family photos. You know, if you're particularly comfortable, you know, we can share naked baby photos. I mean, those kinds of things. you can get away with on Facebook, especially if you're sharing it to a select audience. The problem with that is that it becomes very insular and it becomes very cyclical, because Facebook, and we'll unpack this a little bit more if we have time, but basically Facebook just shows you what it thinks you want to see. It doesn't put the most recent posts at the top. It puts the same people that you tend to interact with at the top of your feed, and therefore it becomes this self-repeating thing. And so I talk to so many people who say, well, I don't really use Facebook anymore because I get on there and all I see are my customers and my team. And that's because those are the people you interact with through Facebook. So Facebook thinks these are the people who you care most about, so it's going to show you their stuff. Well, we've got to kind of break out of that mold. We've got to shake up the Facebook algorithm a little bit to help us better prospect. Okay, so we're going to talk about that idea a little bit more in a moment. Twitter, on the other hand, is the cocktail party where you don't know anybody. Everybody's got interesting conversations going on, and your goal is to rub elbows with strangers and new people and connect with new people that you could never have connected with on Facebook because of the public nature of Twitter. And that's where, as a platform, it's so distinct and it really shines. Twitter is not the place where you have a conversation with your soulmate back and forth because it's all public. Twitter is not the place where you share your naked baby photos because it's all public. But if you leverage it right, it can connect you with people in ways that Facebook never could or never can. So with Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, all those platforms out there, they don't allow outside systems to auto post for you. Okay, so we've built the Soundboard to provide social media content for you so that you can have access at your fingertips to content that is compliant to the company mission, that is easily accessed and easily shared. Twitter, on the other hand, does allow us to actually post for you. So one of the plans that I'll show you with Soundboard, we can post for you every single day. It goes out through your Twitter handle. It's got your picture on it, just like you did it. And it's healthy living stuff. It's family fitness. It's sleep health. You know, we know a lot of people have different opinions about dairy, meat, things like that. So we're not talking about those topics. We don't want to paint you into a corner or get you in trouble with your particular views. But it's just general good, healthy living content that we're pushing out for you every day. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Soundboard. You can get here a couple of different ways. The short link is juiceplus.vip. You can also get there through your virtual office. There's a button called My Personal File, and there's a Soundboard button there. Now, at the moment, we do have a mentoring coupon. This is National Mentoring Month, and so it's kind of a business-minded approach to getting those new team members in, helping mentor them through this new season. And so there's a 25% off coupon there. I have made a special 50% off coupon for this team for tonight. So if you want to sign up, wait till the end, and I'll show you that other coupon that I made. It's double the subscription. There's a lot of information here. I'm not going to go through it all. The big features, of course, with Soundboard, I'll walk you through them. If you want to get started, you click the pricing here. We have 3 different plans. Everything comes with a 10-day free trial. For $10 a month, you get unlimited access to the Soundboard, which is what I'm about to show you. You can share as much as you want across as many social media platforms as you have. For $20 a month, you get that. Plus, we have a built-in email newsletter creation feature that lets you use Soundboard articles and content to easily make your own newsletters to your contacts. We've also got some tutorials in place on how to get your contacts out of virtual office and into our system so that you can email your customers on a regular basis. We really see that as a valuable ongoing customer care tool because my understanding is when you get a new customer, the home office sends them an email or 2 or 3 across their first couple of months, and then it's radio silence. And so this is a great way to just keep that healthy living touch in front of them. We've made a change to our pro plan because we've heard so much from the field about how much they value education. So we've jacked the price up on our pro plan. It is a little bit more expensive, but what you get is everything I've told you, plus we tweet for you, plus you get one-on-one monthly hour-long sessions with myself or somebody on my team to help you strategize, to help you with content calendars, to help you with prospecting, to help really, get your feet under you, to help you cast a social media vision that's compliant with where you want your business to be. And all of these are month-to-month plans. There's no commitment. There's no contract. If you want to do the pro plan for 3 or 4 months, we get you on the right path and then switch to the $20 a month plan. You can do that. We also have annualized, which you pay for 10 months instead of 12, so you get 2 months for free. It does bill up front after your 10-day free trial. Okay, so I'm happy to field any questions, but that's how that works. Now let's go ahead and hop on over to the Soundboard here. So we've signed up. The Soundboard is a website. You get a login to it. We update this every day with content from around the web. So I'm gonna get on my soapbox here about 2 quick things. Thing one is I have a lot of people ask me, is all of the content that's on Soundboard Shred 10 compliant? Okay, the answer is no, for 2 reasons. Reason one is that you only shred 10 days a month. The other reason is that you've got to start thinking about content and what you post from your audience's perspective. Okay, so wherever you are on your healthy living journey and your personal health education and all of the things that you've learned in the past, however long you've been in the business, 5 years, 26 years, however long it's been, by default, you know more than your audience does about this stuff. Your audience is not in the same place where you are on their health journey. You know as well as I do, when you start talking to people about nutrition and health, everybody turns into Sherlock Holmes all of a sudden, and they start asking questions, and they start doubting, and they start finding this article and that article to shoot you down. Everybody that is an American citizen has been educated by our industrial food complex and big pharma. Okay, you've got to walk these people on an education journey. You cannot start with, you've got to go plant-based diet today. You cannot start with, go vegan today. You've got to help people along on their journey. Okay, and so the content that you find here, you are going to find some of that kind of stuff here. Okay, there's vegan stuff, there's plant-based diet stuff here, but there are articles on this list that have to do with, there's some recipes in here that have dairy, there's some recipes in here that have wheat. Again, not so that we're not trying to get your feathers ruffled, but we want you to help understand the whole point of Soundboard is so that you can zoom out from the Juice Plus brand, and this is what the company is telling you all to do. Talk the healthy living conversation. It is not about posting Juice Plus articles all day, every day. It is not about swinging into social media and saying, I'm here, I'm on a health mission, I know what's up, I can help you. No, that turns people off. You come to the Soundboard, you find articles about sneaking vegetables into your kids' diet. You find articles about hydration. You find articles about urban gardening to bring in the tower garden conversation. January is this new dry-nuary is this kind of trend that's caught on nationally. No alcohol for January to start off the new year. Those kinds of conversation starters are the kinds of things you want to be putting out on social. Okay, so getting off my soapbox there about why it's all not shred compliant, but The other thing is, and this really came to light for me being at conference and standing in that booth for 4 days, there are so many people across the Juice Plus Nation, so many different viewpoints. Y'all, at conference, I talked to someone who was a Wiccan, a practicing witch, and I talked to someone who was a conservative Mennonite Christian who made her own clothes. Okay, the Juice Plus Nation is made up of a lot of different people, and a lot of different people have opinions about the kinds of things they should be posting, and so we're trying to serve that wide audience as well, okay? So when you scroll through, and again, we update this every day. There's over 2,500 articles in this thing at this point. We have a search feature here. If you want something particular, you can find it. And so our goal is, when you come to the soundboard, we're trying to make this so easy for you that within just a few moments, you can find something to post and easily post it. And let me show you how this works. When you see something that you're interested in, all right, let's go ahead and click on this article here. We've got the image that's going to go with the article. This is a long one, so sorry if I give anybody a headache to scroll. This is 30 recipes. We host the whole article here so you can preview it. And then when you get to the bottom, we've got not only the article here ready to be posted, but we've got some suggested text to go with it. Okay, so not only do you have what to post, but you have what to say to go with it. We've got some multiple suggestions here. You can use it if you want to. You don't have to, but it's there for you, okay? So find the text that you like, and then we've got all these different platforms here. Of course, we've got Facebook. This first button is your Facebook personal profile. Again, I don't have time to unpack all of this tonight, but the way that Facebook has retooled their algorithm over the past 2 years, it is much more valuable for you to be posting this type of content through your personal wall versus a business page if you've got one. Your Facebook for Groups button here serves a number of functions. You can use it to post into your business page if you've got one. You can also use it to post into groups. And if we have time, I'll show you a really incredible prospecting tip on how to use Facebook groups, and not just your group for your team or your group for your customers. This is Facebook Messenger, so great way to send one-on-one. You know, we like to think of the soundboard as content as a customer touch resource. If you've got a customer that your only conversations with them are, hey, it's time to reorder, you know, unless they're your best friend, is that going to last for a long time? But if you've got a customer who has 3 picky kids, like I do, and you Facebook message them an article about how to sneak vegetables into your kids' diet, and say, saw this and thought about you. 1 sentence, 2 clicks, so easy. And that person says, that person was thinking about me. And that is an incredible customer touch resource. If you want to post to Twitter, you want to post to LinkedIn, you want to email somebody, all these buttons are here. Pinterest, if it's a graphic, we'll get to the graphics in a minute. And I'm also going to hold off talking about these 2 guys for a minute. But basically all you do is you click the Facebook button. It's going to auto copy this text for you. You click share on Facebook. It's going to bring up the share window. You paste in your text. You can add to it if you want. You don't have to. Then you can tell it who you want it to post to. A post like this, there's no reason not to make it public. And then you hit post and you're done. Okay? 2 clicks, 5 minutes. I know I talked a lot, slowed it down. But we've got stuff here so that you can have this good-looking content going out all the time, okay? Now, I'll point out 2 more features here. And again, please ask questions because I know I'm going kind of fast. We've got some topics built in here for specific purposes, okay? So if you click on topics, Mitra and Brian Rose gave me the thumbs up to put all the Shred 10 stuff into here. And Brian and Jamie Kinsey gave me the thumbs up to put Healthy Living Revolution stuff in here. And then Julie Herbst gave me the thumbs up to put Mission Driven Model stuff in here. So the goal is all these great resources that other people are creating out there are all hosted here so that you have a really easy way to share those resources without having to go find them, download them, resize them, post them. It's all here. So if you click this, you will be taken to all of the resources. So this is all the January stuff that is for Mission Driven Models. So in this instance, these are nice looking graphics. The graphics work the same as the articles. Hashtag New Year Revolution. You share, you post, and then you've got this nice image going out, okay? Super easy to do. Post to Facebook. Now, I'm going to switch the view real quick here from my computer to my phone because I want to show you something that's unique to the mobile with Soundboard. I have to push a few extra buttons to make this work. So there is no app to download on your phone from the App Store. We're just going to log into juiceplus.vip as a mobile web page, okay? And it'll keep you logged in here. I haven't done this in a few days. So we're signed in. Now, what I'm going to do is, the functionality is exactly the same as I was just showing you on the computer. All the articles are here. You can share it across any social media channel that you've got. But I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to click topics here. And I'm going to go to the Shred 10 topic group. So a couple of things that you're always going to see in the Shred 10 topic group. First of all is we create graphics announcing the next shred. So Brian Rose gave me the dates, the official dates for the upcoming shreds, I think into 2019, maybe the end of 2019. But I also get teams say we're doing a different date. And so you can see some of them have general January start, so there's no hard and fast date on it. And then some of them are the official start date. So these are just graphics for you to use to announce, the upcoming shred. The other thing that's really cool that we've done, though, is we've taken if you're familiar with the Shred 10 system guide, there's a script that once your customers start their shred, you're supposed to send them some touch points and some resources across their 10 days to keep them engaged and to keep them encouraged. So you can see we have all this broken out here. Day 1 morning text, day 1 midday text, day 1 evening text. What you can do, though, and the reason I'm showing this to you on your phone, on my phone, is when you click on something, okay, everything looks the same. You've got your different share buttons here. This is the video about eliminating caffeine. This is the one you're supposed to send them in the middle of the day on day 2. But when you're on your mobile device, you see you've got a green button here that says text. It will actually text this to your shred. You can make a texting group and text it to them or just individually. And we also have the suggested messaging from the system guide for you to use. So all you have to do is hit the text button here. It brings up your texting app. I'm going to text this to my boss. He loves it when I do this. So you hit go, and it's got the wording right there and the video right there for them to easily consume. Okay, super easy to make, to stay in touch with your people. The other thing I want to show you while we're on the phone that's different from the desktop is with Instagram. All right, so what I do is the team and I, anytime we put graphics up here, we always tag them as image only. So you can create a search for image only, and that's going to find all the graphics. So again, the most recent ones we've posted are the Shred 10, but we also try to post, here's all the mission-driven model January stuff. We also create our own kind of meme-style graphics in-house. So here's just some generic quote kind of things. Exercise is a celebration of what your body can do, not a punishment for what you ate. All right, so if you want to get this on the Instagram, though, you'll notice that there is no Instagram button because it doesn't exist, because Instagram is such a locked down platform. So to get around that limitation, what you do is you tap on the title here, and this brings up the actual graphic. All right, so then you tap and hold on this until you get this pop-up, and when you hit save image, that saves it to your camera roll. So when you go create a post on Instagram, this graphic is there in your camera roll, just like a photo would be. Okay, and I'm not going to do that because my phone is old and Instagram makes my phone crash. But you get the point. There's an easy workaround. Again, we're trying to provide, all these resources to make this as easy as possible for you to have a consistent, ongoing presence on social. Now, this is usually the part of the presentation where people think, okay, this is really great. You're going to give me access to all this stuff that I can post easily, but you're still telling me I have to come to Soundboard and think about it every day and find something to post. Okay, here's the cure for what ails you. All right, I'm going to hop over to my slide deck real quick. Buffer. If you're not familiar with Buffer, it's a free service. I'm about to show you how it works. It lets you integrate your social media channels, and then when you're on Soundboard, you hit the Buffer button instead of the Facebook button, and it lets you schedule your posts. Okay, so what I encourage people to do to get the most out of being consistent with Soundboard is to get this free Buffer account, sit down on a Sunday night for 30 minutes and schedule out a whole week's worth of posts so that you don't have to think about it every day. The posting is going to happen regardless of whether or not you have time for it. Now, the danger here is that you become a one-way billboard of information to your audience, and you will not be as effective if you are just this constant wall of information with the attitude of, oh, I have posted and now people will come to me. It doesn't work that way in real life. If you're wearing a Juice Plus t-shirt, nobody's going to come up to you and ask you what it is and then ask to buy something. Same way on social media. Just because you're posting doesn't mean people are going to consume it. You have got to take the time to turn it into a two-way conversation. All right. Buffer, though, is the single biggest help that you can have to being consistent and to having that monkey off your back so that you know stuff's going out. And then if you can take 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day dedicated to social media, you don't get on Facebook and you scroll through your feed and watch slow motion cat videos, okay? You get on there with the intent to talk to someone else. It doesn't have to be about healthy living necessarily, but you need to get out there and make those connections. So let's go ahead and hop over here. I want to show you how this works because it's so cool and so convenient. So we're going to go to buffer.com. I'm going to go ahead and jump real quick here to this page. So this is what it's going to look like when you create your free account with your email address. So you can see all these buttons here are just waiting for you to connect all these things. So I've got my personal Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram all hooked in here. Okay, so now let's go back to Soundboard. And let's grab an article. I'm just going to grab this first one. We've put our most popular share buttons at the top. Buffer has definitely become the fastest growing resource that we pair with. Some people have gotten to where they don't even read the article. That's why we put it at the top. If you want to read the article, again, it's here for you. And then we've got our suggested text. So let's go ahead and hit this Buffer button. We're going to copy this text. I'm going to hit my Buffer button. It's going to bring up a new tab, which is the Buffer Scheduler. Now, a couple of great things about the Buffer Scheduler. One, it'll send it out on multiple channels at once. This is a very good practice because you have a different audience in every, platform. So don't worry, you're not repeating content. The other thing is you can customize how it looks for every platform. So let's take a look at Twitter. So here's what our tweet's going to look like, and then we can add a graphic here. Here's what it's going to look like on Facebook. We've got to paste in that suggested text. Here's what the article's going to look like. Make a nice post. For me, this is not businessy enough, so I'm going to turn off LinkedIn. Notice that we can't hit our button yet. It won't work because this is an article. Articles don't work on Instagram. Links, you know, that's not what that platform's for. That platform is for sharing images only. So I'm going to turn Instagram off. Now we've got our button that's ready to be pushed. But instead of having it go out right now, I want to schedule this to go out. So it's getting late where I am. I'm in Central Time. It's almost 9 o'clock. I've kind of passed my optimum window for tonight. Facebook, your peak times for Facebook are 6 to 8 a.m. and 6 to 9 p.m. 6 to 8 a.m., 6 to 9 p.m. That is when you want to be posting on Facebook. There are these two big balloons of activity in those times because we're all addicted to our phones. People aren't at work as frequently in those times, and so more people are staring at their phones. So that's when you want to pop up in the top of somebody's feed. So I'm going to schedule this to go out tomorrow morning. It's some random time. It doesn't have to be 6 o'clock or 6:30. I want it to go out smack in the middle of that morning window where more people will see it. So I'm going to hit schedule. It takes a moment for it to add it to our queue. And then hands off, it'll close the tab, bring us right back to Soundboard. If you will, again, sit down to Soundboard, dedicate 30, 45 minutes once a week, you can schedule out up to 10 posts for free on Buffer. I do not recommend more than 1 to 2 a day on Facebook with this kind of content. If you're putting personal stuff out there on top of it, please do. Keep that going. That's great. Do not post 10 articles a day on Facebook. You'll wear your friends out. But if you're doing 1 to 2 a day, you can get through at least a business week, if not a calendar week, with content scheduled out, and you don't have to think about it again. It's so great. Now, what you can do after that is you come back to Buffer. So we're still at buffer.com. We're going to go to our dashboard here. The first thing I'm going to pull up is my content tab. And so this is our queue, what's scheduled to go out. So this is scheduled to go out tomorrow, 6:47 a.m. You can change it before it goes out. You can do whatever you want to it. But then what I really, really like about Buffer is this. Under the Analytics tab, this to me is data gold here, okay? So what it's telling me is Facebook, of course, tells me how many comments I got and how many likes I got. But Facebook does not tell me how many people actually clicked and read this article. This one was a bust. This one was a bust. This one, Facebook would tell me by all appearances that it was a bust, but 2 people read it. Doesn't tell me who, but 2 people read it. Same thing here. Nobody commented on it. 3 people read it. So as you go back through your posts, what you are going to find is your readership greatly exceeds your engagement counts. Because why? People are lazy. They don't take the time to engage, but they consume. That is why they get on these platforms. Here's one. This is kind of funny. It got a sympathy like, but whoever it sympathy liked it didn't read it. But as you go back, you're going to find some articles that really did well. And you can put those back out there. You can rebuffer it. You can send it out again. The likelihood of somebody seeing the same thing twice on social media is almost nil because it moves so fast, especially if you space it a couple weeks apart. So don't worry about, people have a very short attention span on social media and a very short memory. But utilize this. And so, again, to me, this is, here's another, some sympathy likes, but nobody read it. This is way more important to me. And so this is where it really comes in with your consistency. If you are doing this on a regular basis, people are watching, people are paying attention to what you are doing, and it will start to make a difference. I am a long-term Juice Plus consumer. I am not a rep. I think it would be a conflict of interest, although many of you lovely people have asked me to be one. But the funny thing is, I have been approached, since I've been training people on how to use Soundboard, and I've been putting this kind of content out through my own social media channels in these trainings. I have people approach me now and ask, what's going on with you? You're really like health conscious now. I had a guy at church ask me what he should start doing about his mom's diabetes. Whoa. I don't know. I just posted on Facebook, man. But the perception is, I know what I'm talking about. Guess what? You do know what you're talking about because this is your business. This is your world. So all that to say, this is validation. Again, people are watching, paying attention, noticing, regardless of whether or not this is happening. Don't get discouraged, okay? This will pay off with more and more connections. So I'm going to, I want to share some more stuff. If you need to hop off, we're coming up on our 45-minute mark. I totally understand. I do want to share this. Again, the sign-up link for Soundboard is juiceplus.vip. I have made a special code for this team that is valid through the end of the month. It is 50% off your subscription. Any plan that you pick, whether you pick monthly or annual, and it stays applied for the duration of your subscription until the internet blows up. If you are buying that pro plan with the one-on-one mentoring, you are getting a deal and a half. Social media mentoring one-on-one on the web is not cheap, okay? If you have any questions, you can email me. Please check out our Facebook page, Healthy Living Soundboard, facebook.com/Healthy Living Soundboard. And then I have a number of trainings posted at our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Healthy Living Soundboard. There's a ton of stuff that I obviously can't get into tonight for the sake of brevity. But I do want to show you, if you have time, I want to show you a really great prospecting tip on Facebook. But I want to certainly be mindful. If you have questions, again, please put them in the chat. But I don't see any, so I'll just keep going. Okay, so I want to talk to you about Facebook real quick. Two things I want to point out about Facebook, okay? When you go to Facebook and you make a post, Facebook says, who should I show this post to? It doesn't say that to you. It says that to itself. And it'll say, okay, I'm going to show it to your immediate family because it knows who they are. And I'm going to show it to the last 10 people that you've engaged with on Facebook, okay? So what happens is Facebook has a behind-the-scenes thing, and it keeps track of the relationship between you and other people. So your friend network is not flat. Your friends are not created equal. What I mean by that is you have a hidden score that Facebook maintains between you and other people in your friend network. Okay, so if there's somebody in your friend network that you talk to all the time, you have an incredibly high score with that person. You're very sticky with them. They see everything you post. You see everything they post. But let's say you had a Facebook friend. Somebody sent you a friend request in 2010. They were your hairdresser in 2010. They sent you a friend request. You said, sure. They're not your hairdresser anymore. You haven't thought about that person in 8 years. You haven't talked to that person through Facebook ever. You have a very low score with that person, even though they are in your friend network. You are not seeing their posts, and they are not seeing your posts, okay? Because Facebook thinks, well, you just don't care about that person. because you'd never interact with them. Okay, but what we need to do to shake up the algorithm is to re-up that sticky score. You need to improve that sticky score with people that you want to engage with. Okay, so we've got to get away from only seeing our team and our existing customers at the top of our Facebook feed. Now, if you have somebody that you have a very low score with and they make a post, it's not like Facebook hides it from you. They just bury it so far down in your feed that you would have to scroll for an hour to see it. Okay, Facebook does not post stuff just by timestamp like Twitter does. That's the newest stuff's always at the top and the old stuff just gets pushed down. It posts stuff by how much it thinks you care about seeing it. So I say all that to say this. If you will take the time, if you will take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day over the next 3 weeks or a month and go through your Facebook friend network, okay, and you probably have way more than I do. And if you will find somebody who you realize you haven't connected with in a while on the platform, but you want to start a conversation when it's appropriate with them about healthy living and about the product. Okay, here's what you do. You go to their profile. I always use Ben as my example here. He was my best buddy in high school. We went to college in different states. We live in different states. We lost touch. We became Facebook friends in 2007 or whenever, but we never really talked through the platform. And I realized I went to his profile and he posts all the time about his kids and all the stuff that's going on, but I wasn't seeing it because I had a very low score with Ben. So what I did was, as an experiment, I didn't do anything like crazy or weird or like, I haven't seen you or where you been? I just commented on a recent post that he had made. Looked like a fun family vacation, something very innocuous. And then I posted something to his timeline about this old band that we used to like that got back together. And we had this funny conversation back and forth. Well, Facebook saw all that, of course, and it upped our score together. Okay, so now I constantly am seeing Ben's stuff. But here's where we got to put our business brain on. Okay, this is not about us consuming more content or different content from different people. This is about you getting in front of new eyeballs. If you're constantly posting good, healthy living content, but it's only getting in front of your team and your existing customers, it's pointless. You've got to get your stuff in front of new eyeballs. So our ulterior business motive here for doing this is so that new people, again, who are already in your friend network, will start to see your stuff, to see your healthy living posts, and begin to make those comments and engage. Maybe they just read your stuff for a year, and then they come up to you out of the blue and say, okay, I need to talk to you about my mom. She's sick, and I need some help. You know what you're talking about. Okay, so I hope I'm making sense here, and I'm hoping being clear, but this is a very, very valuable activity that you can do that will have a profound impact on who you're getting in front of. I always tell people, treat your friend network like your coldest warm market, because it's a warm market because they're your friends or your acquaintances, but it's a cold market because Facebook is not putting you in front of all of them. Okay, so that's tactic one. Tactic two, take a few minutes to cultivate your own timeline. If you've got those people in your timeline that post, slow motion cat videos and crap all the time, this is your favorite. This is going to be your best buddy right here. You click this little button and you click unfollow. Get those wasted day people out of there. They're slowing you down. You don't need slow motion cat videos in your life. Unfollow that person. You will stay friends with them, but you're not going to see all that trash. Okay? Make it so that your Facebook home feed, when you come to it, you're seeing those posts from those new people that you're trying to connect with so that you can comment on them. This can be a two-way conversation. take the time to do that. Okay, last little tip I'm going to leave you with here. If you will, I'm going to just type in a health buzzword here. If you will search for stuff on Facebook by topic, okay, this is where the groups tactic comes in. So if you search for any healthy living buzzword that you can think of, and come over here to groups, we want to join some groups. This is so cool. All right, y'all, look at this. Of the groups on this page, without scrolling, 16,000, 100,000, 126,000, 73,000, 55,000. I'm not the best at math. That's over 350,000 people who are invested enough in this lifestyle to go out and join a Facebook group. Okay, so here's what you do. You join these groups. I'm not going to answer these questions right now. If you join these groups, you will be added to them within hours because they're so huge, okay? But then what you can do is you can start posting into these groups, and you can start commenting on other people's posts in these groups. Talk about getting in front of an incredibly receptive group of people who you don't have the first clue who they are, and they don't have a clue who you are, and they probably don't even know what Juice Plus is. But this is an amazing way to connect with probably millions of people if you join these different groups. Now, here's how you leverage this. Come to Soundboard, find an article that you think will fit into a group. All right, 5 easy steps to help you transition to a plant-based diet this veganuary. However you say that. Great article about getting the crud out of your diet. Now, this little button right here is going to become your good friend. Facebook for groups. Watch this. Share for Facebook on groups. Look, I already got approved to join that vegan group that I just tried to join 90 seconds ago. We're going to switch this. We don't want to share this on our timeline. We want to share in a group. And I've already joined some, so let's see what pops up here. If you just start typing, here we go. Let's post into the group that we just joined. We can paste in that suggested text and post. So in 2 clicks, we have just put our content in front of 16,000 people who have no idea who we are. Now, this one's going to got to go through an approval process. Not all the groups are like this. But if you will come through and start to comment on these other people's posts, ask questions, draw them out, get people to tell their healthy living stories. Don't show up with, I'm on a healthy living mission. Want to join my healthy living revolution? Because when you do that, the walls go, whoop. But you show up and you start posting, contributing, and asking questions, you are going to make incredible inroads. I have talked to people who are Soundboard subscribers who live in postage stamp towns who have thriving businesses because this is what they do all day, every day. This is how they connect with people. Your geography has nothing to do with the size of the success of your business because of technology, because of the ways that you can connect with all of these people. So I highly, highly, highly recommend, again, whatever buzzword, whatever term you can think of, search for it, go to groups, and join some groups. 66,000 people, 11,000 people, 13,000, 29,000, blah, 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 on and on and on. Contribute, post in. It is limitless how many people you can connect with, and it really isn't that time consuming because Soundboard's got your back because we got the content for you every single day. Okay, that's close to an hour. You have drunk from the information fire hose. Can I answer any questions? Cheryl, do you have any thoughts?
Yes, I do. First of all, this was fabulous. Is there a way that we can make pictures of these slides? Because it's on mine, it's over to the, I can't see all the B support at Edge Theory. fb.com because it's the slide is over to the, okay. Yeah, well, if we can just make a copy of these slides, that would be great.
Sure, I'll send you the slides and the recording.
Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know what happened. I'm on a calendar. This is why I need, geez, I gotta get back to you.
Hey, if you sign up for the pro plan, we can have a 1 hour.
I'm gonna sign up for a one-on-one every single day. Okay?
That one might be a little pricey.
Yeah, well, I'll have to, I'll do it. Okay, let's see here. Can you guys, I don't know, I can't talk to them to see if they can see it. Paula's asking you a question. I couldn't even know where to, I kept hitting this pen thing down here trying to write. That's why you got that red line on.
Oh, that's okay.
So I didn't even know how to write a message to you to ask you these questions. But I think Paula has one.
So Paula says, thank you. Yes, thank you. You're welcome, Paula. Kathy asked, talk about the newsletter feature. Yeah, I'll bring that up real quick. So let's go over to Soundboard here. And if you are familiar with MailChimp or Constant Contact, we did not try to build something that comprehensive. So if you are a power user of something like that, we're not quite at that level. Our goal was to make this very simple. But basically what you do is you come here. I won't walk you through all the steps. I have some training videos in place of how to get your contacts out of Virtual Office and into our system, because you got to have some email addresses to send it to. But then when you go to newsletters, I've got some here that we've made. Here's one that I made for Mitra. So we've got just a couple of fields here that you can customize. You can drop in your own graphic or logo here. You can customize the headline, the text here, and then basically you just go through Soundboard. We've got them all in a list when you're in this creation process, and you can pick which articles you want to add. We have a couple of different layouts that you can pick from, and basically you're sending however many articles you want to your recipients to say, hey, here's some great information I want to connect you with. And so there's even Mitra's Transform 30 video. And then I didn't put any down here, but there's also a field here where you can customize some more text down at the bottom. We're working on you having the ability to upload your own photos as well, so that's coming soon. But then once you send it, again, I just sent this to Mitra as a demo, but it'll keep track of every single email address that you send it to, who got it, if you've got a bad email address, if somebody marked it as spam, or if their spam folder, you can say, hey, I sent you something, but it's in your spam folder. We don't have too much of a problem with that. But then if they opened it, and then if they clicked an article within it, so we'll run all those metrics for you, and this will hold up to 5,000 email addresses. So I haven't yet met anybody that has hit that limit. But again, we tried to make this so that you can create a newsletter literally on your phone while you're logged into Soundboard in about 7 minutes. So we tried to make it light. We tried to make it clean. And most people that I know are using it consistently twice a month tops. They'll send one out. The other thing that people do is that they send out, or they create contact lists based on people's interests. So I've kind of set this up just as a demo here. But you can either dump all your contacts into one bucket and send them the same thing, or you can make different newsletters based on different interests, right? So I've kind of got that outlined here. So like a newsletter to the Tower Garden customers, or my people who are interested in hydroponics would get a lot more urban farming kind of stuff. Busy moms are going to get how to keep your kids healthy, what to do this flu season, blah, 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 blah. So there's some choices there that you have with how you set it up and who you send it to. And this feature, the newsletter feature, again, is built into the middle tier plan. So the personalized newsletters is the middle tier, or the top tier. All right. Anybody else? Thoughts, comments?
So, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. If we sign up for the pro, so instead of spending the $970, we're going to be putting the 450, 475 or something like that for the year. I mean, do we do it by the year or by the month?
You can pick. So if you pick a month-to-month plan,
yeah,
it's going to automatically renew until you tell us to turn it off.
Okay.
If you pick an annual plan, and yes, so it'll be 50% off this, so it'd be $485 for the year. So you get a 10-day free trial. It'll bill you one time, $485, and then it won't bill you again for a whole nother 12 months.
So, but if you do by the month, that 50% is only good for that month. Is that correct?
No, the 50% is good for your subscription for the duration of your subscription. So it would cut this in half to $48.50 for every single month as long as you keep it.
$48.50. Okay.
I think I'm doing that math right. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do we have to sign up right here tonight, or can we? Is there another way to sign up with you?
So the sign up link is something you'll do on the web. Sign up link is juiceplus.vip.
Right.
And this coupon code again is valid through the end of the month.
Coupon code. Okay. Possible. Okay.
Coupon code is possible. And so I made it, for a couple weeks because I know that sometimes it just takes people a little while to get around to watching recorded trainings and things like that. So
that's a great code because our team name is Team Mission Possible.
I did that on purpose.
Oh, you did? Of course. Being slow here. Okay. That's awesome.
That's for y'all.
Well, we thank you so much. There is so much information here. And of course, I'm just totally overwhelmed, but my husband keeps nodding like he understands. So hopefully he's saying it. Hopefully.
Well, that's why we recorded it.
Right. Now, can we specifically ask you to be our coach once a month? Or
yes.
Okay, we can. Okay.
Absolutely.
And that's 5 days a week? I mean, you pick during Monday through Friday, or?
I would ideally like it within the workday, but I'll work with you.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Well, I know I'm going to sign up for that because I need, and I mean, you work with the absolute novice because that's what I need. I need like an hour of holding my hand or even more if I paid for it. Yeah. Can you pay more?
For more?
Yeah. Like if I wanted to take, if I wanted to get like $200 worth of lessons in 1 month.
Sure. Absolutely. We'll work that out.
Okay. And I have your Voxer number so I can Voxer you with
Yes, Vox me. And I forgot to write that on the slide, but if anybody wants to Vox me, let me see if I can squeeze it down here. I'll just put it right here. Vox me. Also, while you're looking at that, Kathy asked, can you put Juice Plus newsletters in the Soundboard? Excuse me, Juice Plus videos. So I do try to put official Juice Plus stuff in here when it pops up. You all know as well as I that Juice Plus, they do a good job with the blog. The Tower Garden is a lot less frequent, but whenever a new YouTube comes up, I will put it here. So we do have some of those, but after conference, it seems like these have slowed down a lot. So all the Omega videos that came out at conference are here. And then I think this is the only one that's come up since then. I'll double check, but I do try to stay on top of that. So yes, this could be added to a newsletter just like any other article could.
Do they have any other questions?
Any other questions coming through?
James, I put a new Zoom call up for them to get on as soon as we get off of this.
Okay.
Hopefully that just, all they have to do, I think, is just go on and just just push the button for the next Zoom call.
That should work. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and hop off. Y'all got team business to take care of, but thank y'all for letting me do this. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you so much, and I'll be in contact with you. Okay?
Okay. Sounds great.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.